back to Decisive Operations. We're going to be playing a game of Ultracombat Normandy. So this is going to be that same scenario that we played in the first game. I'm going to be playing the Americans, and Pete's going to be playing the Germans. The only thing that's different from the book is the Americans are going to have a rifleman squad, and that rifleman squad is going to be average, not novice, and that's going to bring the points to 825 apiece. So what we have is we have an average heavy weapons team, followed by average scout team, average rifleman team, a veteran NCO, and a junior average NCO. And we'll go see what's on the Germans.
Okay, so for the Germans, we have a junior novice NCO. We also have an average heavy weapons team, a average NCO, and an average rifleman team.
And then what we're going to do too is we're going to go through the deck. We're going to pick 12 cards that we want out of the deck and kind of pre-build our tactics deck instead of just drawing from the same pile and the same cards, and just add a little bit depth to the game. So we'll be back with the start of turn 1, phase 1. Deployment. The Germans deployed their rifle squad inside this building, overlooking the area that the Americans will come onto the road.
Along with the senior NCO.
With the senior NCO, yep, and the Americans are going to be coming on this end of the board. So you see it coming down that long alleyway. And then you have your machine gun team with their junior NCO.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, covering that way. And then for their field of fire, we got some trees blocking. We have that farm we can use, but coming down that road, coming that table edge, should be a tough proposition for the Americans. All right, we're going to come back with the start of turn 1, phase 1. Yep, first activation. Average scouts against novice junior NCO. All right, average scout's going to come on the board. What we're going to do is have them come on over here. So they're going to enter the board from there. Try to use that building as best we can. One action point is going to move them up 6 inches. The second action point is going to move them up another 6 inches. And then they're going to go firm behind this rock wall. So in sight of some of the guys in that building, but they're firm behind a wall. So this should be good. All right, what are the Germans going to activate with?
So the Germans are going to activate over here with the junior NCO. He is going to give them 1 extra AP, and then he is going to go firm.
Okay, cool. And then we're going to grab a blue dice and come back with phase 2, turn 1 to show the extra AP that's over here already.
Right.
Good. All right, phase 2. Average NCO, average NCO, junior NCO for the Americans. So we're going to do a roll off. White dice for the Americans on a 3. German's going to throw that green dice. 6. So the German's going to activate first in phase 2, turn 1.
All right, so keep it simple. I'm going to give 2 AP to the rifles and go firm with the NCO.
Okay. And for the Americans, junior NCO. He is going to establish position over here. So he's going to go up 6 inches. And then we're also going to go up another 6 inches. And he's going to go firm behind that building. We learned our lesson from the last game is what happens when you don't go firm. All right, we'll come back with phase 3. All right, phase 3. I got average rifleman with a doctrine card. Oh boy.
Same thing.
Average rifleman with a doctrine card. All right, we're going to roll off again. Americans using the white dice.
Oof.
17.
17. Oh,
with a 20.
Hold on to the 20.
Germans going to activate first on phase 3.
Okay. So my doctrine card is covering fire. The attacking element must contain 2 or more characters or be a junior NCO. Basically, it's place an additional suppression marker on the enemy element they are firing upon.
All right.
So these 4 riflemen here are going to attempt to fire on some of these dudes over here.
All right, so they're going to attempt to spot.
Okay.
So my going firm is negated by the fact that I move this turn. So you're just going to get -6 for the hard cover.
Okay.
Or for the cover.
And we should have put a dice here, but they have 2 extra.
Yeah, 2 extra activations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so those 4 guys are going to go -6 their spot. What's their spot value?
Their spot is 16 base, so they're down to a 10, I'm guessing.
Okay, yep. So 4 guys on a 10. Just need one of them to kind of see here.
No.
Not a single
one.
Not a single one.
So can I spend an action point?
Yep. So you've used 1 so far. They can all do another one, and they get an innate +4 for doing it again, and they still can fire, and then you still have 2 leftover action points to use as you see fit.
So let's try that again with all of them.
Okay, yep. And it's now looking for 14s.
And there we go.
Yep, at least 1 got. So they are spot. And with your 3rd and final action point, you're going to shoot them.
Okay.
So they are firm, and they're behind hard cover. So it'll be -10 to your shoot roll. And you have 2 action points left over.
Right.
So you can, of those 4 shots, you can use 2 of them to pump up to 6s.
Correct.
So 4 shots against me, split the color of the dice.
Yep.
And then the green ones will be on 6s,
Yep.
and then the white ones will be on 2s.
Got the 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 1 hit.
So 1 hit. All right, and then a 13 up is going to kill.
And
15. All right, so that's going to be a dead scout, and they'll take a -2 to their morale for losing a guy. And we'll come back with the Americans phase 3 once we clean up the table. All right, American phase. American Rifle Squad walked onto the board. They use 3 action points to get that firm guy up 18 inches, and they're firm behind the wall, trying to be a little bit more methodical because the scouts just got smoked, and they thought they were methodical. All right, so that is that for the Americans, and we'll go on to the next phase. So phase 4, we have a veteran NCO against a average heavy weapons squad. All right, so we'll activate the veteran NCO and come back and talk about what happened. All right, veteran NCO just came up the table edge and went behind these hay barrels, trying to put himself in position to affect the battle next turn. Now the heavy weapons team for the Germans is going to activate.
Yeah, so I think they can kind of see that guy up there leading the front. So I guess they're going to try to spot him, take some shots. I don't think I need to move. I think they're within my arc. So.
Okay, I have a laser.
Yeah.
If you want to take the laser.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a look. Go to that.
See if I can back up a little bit. Look at it. Watch that camera. The gyro is taking control. Yep, looks good on my side for clearing the trees.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So let's see if we can spot them.
All right.
So they are an element, or they're a team, right? So they have 4 action points.
Correct.
You gave them 1 from your leader, so they have 5 action points. So he's going to try to spot. So actually use that blue dice you have over there, just to keep track of their action points. You have a blue, or the blue dice over there.
Sure.
Yep. So put them at 5, or put them at 4. So they're going to try to spot. You're going to try to +1 this, or +4 this.
So I'm spending an additional 1.
Yeah.
+4, right? So I'm going
because they are firm, they moved, and they're in concealment. So firm and concealment, or firm and move, are going to negate because +4. So this is going to take a -6 for the hardcover, and your spot's a 16.
Yes.
Yep. So your spot's a 16.
So I start with 5 base. I'm going to spend 1 to spot, and I'm going to spend another 1 to boost it. So I'm down to 3.
So you went from a 16 to a 10 back up to a 14. Okay. So 1 through 14 gives you a spot.
No. So
yeah, you did. 5.
Oh, that's right. It's lower.
You're rolling under. Yeah. So he spots him, and now you're going to shoot.
Okay. So you spread them out a little bit there.
Yep. So it's a 3-inch by 2-inch. So 3 inches this way by 2 inches that way, and 1 inch. Oh boy, I just cheated hardcore there. 1 inch, 2 inch. Yeah, we'll say you get that guy too.
Okay.
This gauge is a 1 inch by 3 inch gauge, which is Weird. But the front two guys. All right, so see if you hit the front guy. So you're going to hit him. So they moved. So -4. They're going firm. They're going to bring a total to -8. And behind hard cover. So it's going to be -14.
So I have to basically spend a point.
Because you're at 14 and 8. So right now you're at a 0. So you have to spend a point to bring it to a 4.
Okay.
And you can spend an additional point to bring it to an 8.
So I can't spend another one.
Yeah, you can add for each additional one.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Yep. So the first one is going to be on an 8 to hit. A 1 through 8 will hit. 9. Got it. All right.
1 through 8.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So that one misses.
I got it as in my end.
Yes.
That was good for me. All right. And then the second guy, and you can burn your last action point.
Last one to go to a 4.
And make it a 4. Yep.
Okay. No.
Nope. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Definitely moving, staying behind cover, and going firm save them compared to when we played before. Sorry, this camera's kind of got a mind of its own right now.
Now, do they take any kind of suppression?
Let me just double check on the rule book on that. So we're going to double check, see if they take any suppression for being shot at. I know to spot you is going to be +6 for firing a suppressive weapon. We'll come back with that in the final phase of turn 1. So we conferred with the rule book. So yes, if you shoot and you miss and you're shooting a regular weapon, you're going to take a -1 morale, which is going to force you to take a morale test next turn. But in this instance, it was an LMG, so it's a suppressive weapon. So that American squad will be at -6 the next time they activate. So we'll go into the final phase here and come right back and finish out turn 1. All right, final phase of turn 1. Americans are going to choose all that's left, which is a heavy weapons average. Do you guys have nothing left? Oh, yeah, no, because we have one more. We actually have one more than you.
Yeah.
Yep, forgot about that. All right, so let's place this bar team. So the bar team, it's not a crew because it's a bar. I made that mistake before. So they're going to activate as an element, but they're only going to get 3 activation points each instead of getting 4 like you. All right, so we'll come back after the bar team's placed. So this bar team's going to activate. They're going to go up. 3 guys walk up to you and then go firm for their last activation. So that's going to round out turn 1. And there's been some carnage. One pretty suppressed American squad and moderately suppressed American team over here. So between the scouts and them, there are going to be some morale tests. But we're in position. The Germans, I mean, this is kind of like how, you know, these patrols are going. So Germans are in a dug-in position. They know the terrain, and we're going to have to force our way in. All right, so we'll come back with turn 2. All right, turn 2. Americans are going to play their veteran NCO and against an average NCO. All right, we'll come back after that's been resolved. All right, so Pete has interrupted me with a contact doctrine card. So Pete, explain what's going to happen.
Okay, so basically the doctrine card can be played at any point that I want to interrupt your activation. Basically the card, it can be played on my element to let them interrupt and act out of sequence. They get 2 AP that can only be used for combat, which means basically firing in this case. So they're going to take 2 shots at that scout over there that they already spotted.
All right, so no spot roll required. So there's going to be 2 shots, and they're still going to be able to activate later in their turn, so that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see.
So yeah, you're still got your stuff.
I'm still firm. We didn't move because start of a new turn, so it's going to be -10.
Okay, so these guys are, if I'm not mistaken,
I think they're 12.
Right, so
yeah.
2s. I can't boost it, so it's got to be straight roll.
Yeah, 3 shots there. And you got it, yeah.
Wow,
the icon's a 1, yeah. Right there, you can see it. Got to get some bigger D20s for this game, so it comes up on camera. All right, so one guy is hit. So roll 1 dice, and the 13 up's going to take him out of action.
Nope.
10, no. All right, so a 10 is going to be, look at my morale. So it's going to be pinned. So they're going to take, we get all the accoutrements here for this game. So see if it zooms on there. All right, here we go. So -6. So they're going to take an additional -6. So they're going to be -12, -14 to activate. So they're probably not going to do much this turn. All right, we're going to put those modifiers on them and then activate the NCO for the Americans. So that veteran NCO who activated right over here, he gave 2 to that squad. And then he's just going to walk up. All right, and then we're going to grab our cards and go to the next activation.
So my NCO has to still activate.
Oh, yeah, so you still get the activation, yeah, because you did an interrupt.
Right. So
Okay.
he'll just he'll give them the 2 AP, and he'll go firm.
Okay. So 2 additional AP to that squad, and then he's going to go firm. All right, and then we'll come back with the next. All right, getting ready for the next phase. I am ready if the Germans are ready.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to lay my card here because I noticed the glare is kind of ridiculous. All right, so junior NCOs, who's a novice against average rifleman, but also using the infiltration doctrine. So my concealment modifier is going to go from a 6 to a 10. So we're going to have to take a morale test with them. So their morale is a 12. They're in cover, so they're going to get a +2, so 14. So they're going to take a morale test on an 8. Now that I think about this, if I was smart, I probably would have used that NCO to join that squad. But, all right. Looking for an 8 or lower. And we rolled a 12. So we failed by 4. And there is somewhere a thing for that. All right, so we're going to check that and see what modifiers go to me. All right, the Americans failed by 4. So that's going to make them hesitant. So it's going to be -2 to all skills, and they can only crawl. So they're going to go 3 inches. And they have 2 additional activations. So 3, 6, 9 gets that front guy up just up there. And then with like a 2-inch gap between each guy. Gonna move them up. Probably gonna not move them like that, because then they'll be all scrunched up on each other. And then we have 2 more activations, or 2 more actions. Move that guy, additional crawl, and then move this guy, an additional crawl. All right, so the good news for us is that we are concealed. So, we did the infiltration, so it's gonna be -10 instead of -6. But that wasn't really good because I got 3 guys hanging in the wind. All right, we'll come back with the next activation. Germans are gonna give 1 action point, and then go prone with that NCO, with that junior NCO that was activated. All right, so next phase. Interesting. All right. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to activate the average scouts against average heavy weapons. So it's going to be a roll-off. All right. High roll goes a 2. I'm going to need that 2 for my morale test for him.
All right, so let's double check to see if I can still... I think so, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much in the same place he was before.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Just make sure. Okay, so I'm going
So you got the spot. That's a new guy coming up, right? So they moved.
Okay.
Yep. So the guy you saw is not the guy you see again.
So just do it again.
So to spot, but this is going to be a 6 because they didn't go firm and they moved. But they took the plus.
So I'm going down to 4 to spots. I'm going to... can I boost it?
Yep.
All right, so I'll boost it.
Okay, so -2.
Okay. And they are base 16, so I'm looking for 14.
Yep. Yep, with a 1.
Okay. All right. And so they roll fire.
Yep, so 3 inches by 2 inches. So you'll get that back guy. So front guy, try to hit him.
Okay.
So it's going to be... This tree is bothering me. That keeps falling over. All right, we're just going to leave that fallen comrade right there. All right, so they moved, -4. They're in concealment while using the infiltration cards. It's going to be -14.
-14, so I'm at a 0. So I'm going to spend the remaining 2 that I have
to bring it to an 8. Yep. So this one will be an 8, and then There'll be no way for your second shot to hit the other guy. Yep.
No.
With a 20. Nope.
Okay.
All right, but they'll take an additional -6 for being shot at by a suppressive weapon. And then the scouts will take their morale test. They're minus what? 6, 12, 18 over there?
Yep.
18, and their morale is a 12. So let's roll low. A 1. Morale's a 12, so I'm dropping here. So I was minus 18, so I was minus 6. So I failed by 5. And I think failing by 5 makes me pinned.
Go firm.
Go firm? What is go firm?
So go firm is the element can, but doesn't have to, move up to 6 inches to find the best cover. This may be towards the enemy for 1 AP.
Mm-hmm.
Then they can elect to go firm. They're using the available cover to the maximum advantage. They gain a +4 cover modifier, and they can fire at any previously spotted enemy at -4 to all skills.
All right, so he's already there. And he's going to try to fire back at the guys who've been firing at him. So -6 for the concealment for your guys in here.
Okay.
And then additional -2 for the -2 for being suppressed. Or what's the term? Gone firm.
Yeah, go firm.
Okay, so -8. He's a 16 base, so we're looking for an 8. We did not get it with a 10, and then with his last AP, he'll just go firm and take that +8 modifier now. So you get additional +4 for that. All right, cool. We're going to come back for the next phase. All right, next activation is going to be heavy weapons average against rifles average. So let's roll that dice. You got a green one? 3, 9. Germans go first.
All right, so we're gonna drop everything into trying to take out that last remaining scout over there. Actually, you know what? I'm not as worried. The bar team is over there, right?
Yep, the bar team's behind the house.
Oh, then what's that behind that wall?
Yep. So right here, that's the bar team. You have the scout with a marker on it.
Okay.
And then you have your rifle team coming up the side.
Gotcha. So we'll go after the bar team over there.
Okay.
So we'll have to spot these guys though, right? So in total we have 6. So I'm spending 1 to spot. I'll go ahead and spend another 1. It doesn't. I have to spend 1 for each, right?
Yep, 1 for each guy, or because this is your rifle squad.
Yes.
Yep. So just how many extra did you give them?
2 extra.
Okay, so I would just hold those extra 2 in a different pile.
Yeah.
Just so you know you have 2 extras.
Gotcha. So then we'll spend another 1 on each of them to boost the spot.
Yep, so just leave that 2 there.
Okay.
Because you have your innate 3 that you're using right now, and then you'll use your 2 to boost the shots, basically.
Okay.
So everybody's +4, so that's going to negate my firm, but still -6 for cover. Okay. So you're looking for 6s, looking for 10s. 1 10.
Nothing. So I'll need to spend again.
Yep. Yeah, so what you can do now is... What is the best way for you to do this? You can use the... Oh, yeah. This is weird.
Because technically I have... Yeah, so like they each have 2.
They each have one more
left.
action, and then you have 2 actions you can give to any guy.
Right. So can I spend 1 to do 1 guy
You can
spot?
You can go 1 at a time, yeah, try to get them...
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep. So you just start 1 at a time?
Yeah, we'll start.
So take a step left a little bit so we can get these dice rolls on camera. As you do it, it's fine. Just...
So do 1 at a time.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. So, and then you'll use 1 AP to give that guy a shot.
Yes.
So now everybody's last individual activations are going to pump shots into the bar team.
Okay.
And your fire skills of 12, and it's going to be 12 minus 10, so 2s. So then you can pump one of those to be a 6.
So we'll pump 1 would be a 6.
Yep.
The green dice.
Yeah, so 3 dice on 2, 1 dice on 6.
So 2.
Yep, so the one you pumped, and then, yep.
Yes, goes up.
So 2.
Okay.
And then roll 2 dice, and looking for 13s.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 kills. All right, that was efficient. All right, and then 2 guys died, so we'll have a permanent -2 over here. All right, so now the bar team has a permanent -2, and that's the team I was actually going to activate. So let me try to activate. I'm sorry, they have a permanent -4. So let me see if I can activate them. -4 was leadership is going to put him down to an 8. 20. So he fails by 12. What does failing by 12 get me?
So actually, the chart only goes up to 9.
9.
So yeah, you're pinned. The level of fire is such that the element has been pinned and can do nothing this activation phase. At the beginning of their next combat phase, the character needs to make a successful morale test, or the element will remain in place, unable to do anything. Sorry, it's like.
Yep. So basically, he's pinned, can't do anything. We'll put the 6 there. Maybe next turn he can activate, but that's going to be a big blow for me. I have 1 card left. I believe you have no cards left.
Correct.
It's going to be my junior NCO. My poor junior NCO. This side of the battle has completely fallen apart for him. So I'm going to zoom up a little bit, see what we got going. All right, so that's 9 inches. And we're just going to try to Rambo this one guy. So let's go 6, 12, 18. So we'll just see what we can do with a junior NCO and SMG. All right, that's the end of turn 2. We're going to clean up the board and come back with turn 3. All right, so the Americans, this is going to be turn 3. We'll try to activate that bar team with a recon by fire card against a average NCO. All right, so recon by fire, basically what it's going to let me do is when the element activates, they may make a recon by fire if armed with rifles and SMGs. They attack along a 6-inch front. If armed with an LMG or better, they go in a 12-inch front. So this would be, it's a bar. So I don't think I would consider an LMG. Probably just a 6-inch front. So first we got to activate him. His leadership is a 12. He's -4 for losing 2 guys. Let's see if we can get an 8. We got a 9. That's exciting. -1. What does -1 get me?
You are let loose. The element loses all AP, must go firm, and receives a reload marker. They have also emptied the magazine belt of their weapon and must reload in their next activation. This takes 1 AP for a rifle, SMG, or assault rifle, but 3 AP for any heavy weapon. The player distributes 3 morale or suppression markers, depending on the weapon, to any enemies that are in line of sight, spotted or not, working from the nearest first. Only 1 token is given per element. So it's like you're firing wildly.
Yeah, which is basically what I was trying to get with the effect of recon by fire, because I would just pick a spot in the map.
Yeah.
But there's no way for me to actually hit anybody with this roll. So your NCO in there is going to get, and your team's going to get. I don't think the bar guy, I think the trees are in the way there with the bar guy. All right, so what is your NCO going to do?
The NCO was just going to give...
that's this NCO, right?
Yes.
All right, so he'll have to make a morale test.
Okay.
He's going to be -6 for that pin marker.
So
he's going to be looking for an 8, because I think he's a 14. Yep.
Okay.
Over here. A 2.
Okay.
Nails it. Of course he does. No bitterness.
Alright, so he'll do his thing. 2 and go firm.
Cool.
So does he lose the...
Yep, so he passes morale test, so his effect is now gone.
Okay.
If he didn't, then whatever he would fail by would be the next thing he retains.
Gotcha.
All right, so we'll come back with the next activation. All right, ready? I'm making my average junior NCO, and you're going to do your novice junior NCO. So my junior NCO will give an action point over here. That's a morale marker. I'll give an action point over here.
That's it.
He will walk into the first floor of this building for 2, and he'll try to spot who's ever in that window.
That would be my NCO, the average.
All right, so you're not moving. You're in hard cover. So -6. So looking for a 10 to spot. 18. That's not going to spot. All right, so your junior NCO is going to go next.
Alright, so the junior NCO is just going to give the extra AP to the team.
As is tradition.
And he will go firm.
All right. I'll come back with the next activation. All right. Next activation. Americans, average rifleman.
Average heavy weapon team with
Seasoned troops. All right. So they're going to go first.
Yep. And I'm basically just using that to boost
Yep.
them.
Yep.
All right. So they will take their shots. Same guy that they spotted.
Mm-hmm.
So I just get the 1, right?
Yep.
And so they have a total of 5 right now.
Yep. Because it's a team.
It's a team. So I'm spending 1 to shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will go ahead and spend another 1 to boost the shot.
Yep.
So I believe I'm looking now, because you haven't moved yet, right?
No.
Okay. I believe I got that one.
Well, so it's going to be -6. You did 2.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
So you shot for 1, and then you boosted 1. So -2 is what you're going to be at, and you're firing
at 12.
Yeah, 12. Oh, yep. So they're good. So it's going to hit him.
But I'm -2, so I'd be 10, right?
But you're also +2 because heavy weapons teams have an innate +2 fire skill.
So he hits.
So he's going to hit. Let's see if you hit the guy in the front or. Wait, no, we already did that. Okay, so now damage roll. Damage roll for the guy in the front. You're going to roll 3 of those, but no need. This guy gets killed. And then actually see if you can try to hit this other guy because the LMG is a 3x2-inch weapon.
Okay. Can I also boost this one as well?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will do that.
So you're looking for a 12s. Nope. So they'll go -2 for the guy dying, and then they'll take a suppression token.
Yep. So I have... No, I would need 4 to fire again.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So they will go firm with the remaining.
Okay. Those riflemen will try to activate at -8 now. So they're looking for force. Failed by 4. And what does failed by 4 get me these days?
Fail by 4 will get you hesitant. This is the one where they drop prone and can only crawl to move, but can attack as normal with -2 to all skills.
Okay, so we know this one well. So 2, 4, 6. So he can move all the way up to here. This guy can go 3. We'll just go here. I don't really want to get into a firefight yet. This guy goes 1, 2, 3 activations, and then we use our bonus one to put him next to his buddy, just out of line of fire. So that's our bonus one that our NCO gave us. And then we have one guy who's going to crawl 3. And can you laser me? Can he see anybody? Let me see the laser. Yeah, we'll try to spot. So it's going to be a -2 to his spot. His spot is a 12. So we're going to try to spot on a 10. A 6. So he spots him. I guess we'll try to shoot him now that we're here. So -2. So that's going to bring him down to a 10 plus your hard cover and your firm. So it's going to be no way to do anything. So let's take a -1 morale marker when you're NCO.
-1 morale. Yeah.
And you haven't activated your squad in there, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then we'll come back with the next activation. I have average scouts against average riflemen. Let's see who goes first. I rolled an 18.
And I will roll an 11.
Average scout has to make a morale test. -2. So now he's -2, just got done being pinned. So let's see, on a 10, he's good. Rolls a 2. He is back up and moving. So at this point in the story, I don't know. I'm going to try to shoot their squad. So you can see the guy in the doors who's been shooting at him. I don't think he's spotted anybody yet, did he?
This guy?
Yeah.
No.
He hasn't spotted anybody. He hasn't done anything. All right, so let's see if he can spot. His spot is a 16. He's a scout. 6. He gets it. He's going to shoot. His shoot's a 12. You're firm and hard cover, so that's a -10. So I'm going to use my last AP to make it a 6. So a 6 surrender to shoot. Nope. But the good news is, since we're shooting a carbine, we have a 1-inch radius. So at least one each other guy are going to go, but those are going to be on 1s. Or 1s or 2s. A 13 and a 9. So nothing. So you just take another morale marker on them. So they're suppressed. So they'll be -7 to the first morale test they take.
Oh, that's right, because you did that let loose with the bar.
Yeah, with the bar. Yeah, with their suppressive weapon.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll come back with the... well, actually, this is my last activation, right? You're all activated out?
Yes.
Oh, but I won the roll, so you have to activate your rifleman.
Okay. All right, so then we have to make a morale check.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's going to be -7. +2 for being in cover, so -5. And average guys is a 12, so you're looking for 7s or lower. 5. Nails it.
All right. So then they have their bonus to.
Mm-hmm.
We shot at the bar team last turn, so let's go ahead and keep shooting at them over there.
Okay.
So
It's a barman now.
barman, yeah. So let's just use our shots on him.
Yep.
We'll spend a boost.
Yep. So he's an additional +4 because he's pinned. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because he failed, so he got fully pinned out. So he's -8. He's -14 right now. So you have to boost.
So I'll boost again.
So double boost. So
boost.
all three actions to shoot at a +8.
And then 2 of them will use another boost.
So it's +12. So
the green will be.
So some are going to be So the green will be -4, and then the other ones will be -8.
Okay.
And you're on a 12. So that's 4s and 8s.
Yep, 4s and 8s.
Let's bring it. Okay.
So greens will be on the 8s. 4.
Nice.
All right.
So got it right on. All right, roll 13, kill him.
Oh,
10. So he's pinned. The element has been forced prone, can do nothing, and he's going to take a -6 modifier. So that dude's just not loving life. So a -6 modifier on top of the permanent 2 he has for losing his buddies. All right, we'll come back with turn 4. Turn 4, novice against a junior NCO. All right, my junior NCO is over here. So all he's really trying to do is something with his life. I don't know what that something is. It's kind of hard to Rambo when you need to spot people. So he's going to go 6 right there. Actually, he'll just slide 6 this way. And then we'll try to spot that. So those guys are in hardcover and they're firm. -10, I'm an NCO. So 16. So we'll try to spot on a 6. Of course, a 7. We'll do it again for his last AP on a 10 and a 3. So he has spotted them. So next turn he might be able to do something.
Okay.
And then your junior NCO.
Okay, so my junior NCO is going to break from tradition and is actually going to take a shot at this.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to try to spot
Try to spot him, yep.
So he is at a base 14. You are in cover. Right?
Yep, and I move, so -2. So it's going to be on a 12 for him.
Okay. Got him on a 2.
Yep, got on a 2. All right, so try to shoot him.
Okay, so the junior has 3 AP?
Yeah, so he's going to have 2 left over if you want to pump it.
Yeah.
So you'll basically be shooting evens because you're going to negate my movement, my +4 for movement.
Okay, so I'll pump it.
So his shoot is a 10. So we shooting on 10s.
10s, okay. He just gets the 1 with an SMG, right? Okay. Got it.
Got it. And then 2 dice damage. Looking for a 13.
Got it, 20.
Got a 20. All right. So he is eliminated. And then, yep, that was all his AP. So we'll come back with the next activation. All right. Veteran NCO against average NCO. All right, so a veteran NCO can give up to 3 AP away. So he's in the first floor. Did he spot you last turn?
I believe so.
Okay, but he didn't shoot you. He just spotted you. All right, so we're going to try to shoot you. -6 and you're firm, so -10. His shoot's a 14. So we'll use another AP to make it an 8. So we'll try to shoot the rifleman in the window. An 8. Nope. But like we did before, 1 inch each way. So 2 other guys on a 2. Nope, close. They'll just take they'll take a morale marker.
You're fine at
The team, yeah.
team. Okay.
So they'll just take a morale marker, and that should be their first one.
That's the first one.
And then we have 1 more activation point, and we're going to give it over to these guys.
Okay. So,
And then you have your NCO.
So my NCO, but he has a marker already. So he'll need to make a morale check. 14. Right?
Yep, he has morale's of 14, and he has -1.
So
he's good. Yep, so that one just goes away.
And this will be, well, last time it worked out pretty good, so we're not going to give that team the bonus. We're going to try to spot and shoot that dude that is shooting at us.
The NCO.
The NCO.
Okay.
All right, so spot check, base 16.
Mm-hmm.
You have not moved, right? You're just in cover.
Nope, he doesn't cover anything, go for him or anything.
I think I got that.
Yep, you hit him,
right.
and try to kill him on a 13.
That was the spot.
Oh, a spot. Okay, yeah, because you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spot him. -6 for hard cover, and your shoot is a 12, so you're looking at 6s.
I will spend the remaining to boost.
Okay, so 10s.
10.
Yep, got him with a 4. All right, and 13 up, you're going to kill him.
It's SMG, so it's 2 damage.
Yep, 2 damage, yep. Taking the highest. 12 and 14, just enough. All right, so this NCO gets whittled out of this house. This is probably going to be the last turn. So we'll do this next activation phase, and we'll just at least play this turn out. All right, we're going to try to activate the heavy weapons team.
We are going to activate the rifle team with
the Doctrine Guard. All right, you go first.
And so these will get an additional suppression point if they hit.
Yep.
So we will fire, since you're trying to fire your weapon team, we'll fire on the bar, which they've already spotted. They do not have any bonuses, so they're just going to go on their main. So 1 to spot, or no, just 1 to shoot, and then we're going to boost all of these all the way up.
Yep. So +8, -2 overall. So -10 to shoot me because he's firm behind hard cover, and then 10. So, but it's just 2s, -2, so 10s.
1.
Cool, that's enough. And then they're all going to shoot him.
That wasn't a spot check. That was the shoot check.
Oh, yeah, okay. So 1 to kill.
Yep.
6. Pinned. -6 to his rolls. So this element can be forced prone, can do nothing. Next combat phase, make a morale test at -6. All right, so that's going to strip him of basically this activation.
I actually forgot to do the morale check on these guys.
Oh, okay. So they'll just be -1. So their morale is 12, so an 11.
Nope.
Oh boy.
So I failed by
So that's a 9.
So they They are pinned.
Yeah.
So they can't do anything. They'll have to make a successful morale test next turn.
Yep. Well, that was a series of fortunate events.
Yeah, so nothing happens.
So nothing happens. All right. You can see what could have happened. All right, we'll come back with the last 2 activations. All right, so I forgot. I actually have to try to activate the heavy weapons because he did not die. All right, so we're going to try to activate them at a -4, so it's going to be an 8. A 4. We passed the morale test. I don't know what's going on.
He's really bad.
He hasn't spotted anybody yet, though. He's spotted nobody yet.
That's right, because he hasn't fired.
He's been just taking astronomical amount of fire this game without spying a single enemy. All right, so let's try to spot. His spot is a 16. And we're going to try to spot the riflemen that have been plaguing his existence. So he'll try to spot these riflemen right over here. All right, so 16 minus 6, and then an additional 4 because they're firm. Did they go? No, they
did. Because they messed up.
Oh, yeah, they failed, yeah. So just minus 6, so on a 10. So we'll pump. We'll just take it. Let's try to go for it. Ooh, hard roll at 6. All right, we got it. So what we're going to pump our extra shot into is the plus. But actually, let me check here for this weapon. Because it's the first time we've actually used this weapon. It's an auto rifle, so it's a 2-inch radius. So the one shot shooting at the main guy will pump it up. So shoots a 14. It's going to be an 18 for this one guy, minus 6 for the cover. So this is going to be on a 12. So first guy on a 12, gets it on a 3, and then 2 damage dice. A 2 and a 2. So they're hesitant. So they're going to be minus 3 to all their rolls. And then there's going to be... Can you give me my marker over there, please? So because it's a bar... It's going to get that guy, and then a 2-inch radius from here, we'll get that guy and that guy. So we'll start with this guy, 2d6. 12, so that team is pinned. Third guy, nothing that hard hasn't been done, and then the last guy, because the only guy we can't get is the NCO, and I can't roll a 13 or up to save my life. Right, so they're pinned. So they're going to take a minus 6 modifier, not the minus 3 for hesitance. Yeah, so they took 2 pins in that turn and like 2 hesitants. So there's really no way for them to be anything but pinned next turn. Right. So they're so moraled out. There's no test. They're all not going to be a 9-up next turn. And they'll be pinned. All right. We'll come back with the last contested activation because I have 1 free activation because I should still be a team up. We're going to activate the scouts against the heavy weapons. So let's roll for us. Rolling a 17. An 8. So that lone scout is a minus 8. So we're looking for a 4 or better. No. He loses by 5. So I think he's just going to be minus... He's going to crawl. He's going to be pinned.
He is. He's go firm.
Going firm.
It can, but doesn't have to move to 6 inches to find the best cover. So maybe towards the enemy.
Yeah, so this is the same thing we had before. So he's already spotted the team in the building. Because he took those shots at them before. So he'll try to shoot him with his battle rifle. They're minus 6. They're not pinned, or they're not going firm. So he's going to be an 8. And we'll use one of his action points to pump this up to a 12. So that hits. And let's see if it kills anybody. No, a 3. There's going to be a 1-inch radius, so it's going to get 2 extra guys. So 1 more guy in a 12, and that will put him out of action points. It gets it, and let's try to roll a 13 or higher. 17. So 1 guy's going to die in there. And then this last guy, because of the 1-inch radius, for the semi-automatic weapon, 20, nothing. So they will even roll right into the riflemen. The riflemen are going to get rush, and they're going to get activated. So they're -2 to their morale because they lost the guy. So they're looking for 10s. And for the first time this game, I think, they passed the morale test on a 9. All right. So they get a D6 extra movement. So the first action is going to be a move for 7 inches.
So I did not activate my heavy weapons team.
Mm-hmm. But the card is played, so you can't take the card out. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So if you chose the interrupt, it can't be a team that you're activating with. He gets another inch. So that's the first one. Second activation for them is going to be another move. So that's going to be an additional 6 inches. So that's going to go them to 6, 12. And actually, shoot, if I get these guys in that building with those guys being pinned, your Germans are going to surrender to me.
That's right.
Because they just got to be within line of sight. So I guess with that in mind, we're just going to go in the building. Germans are pinned down. So an extra 2 inches, so 8 inches, which is more than enough to get, let me zoom out here, get everybody in the building. So those Germans.
The riflemen.
The riflemen surrender, I guess, yeah.
But not the NCO.
Yeah. So I guess what happens then, because I have 8 inches, so we're just going to take the riflemen out, and we're going to see how many dudes I can get in close combat with the NCO.
Okay. And what I was saying before is that, I was supposed to activate my heavy weapons team after your scouts activated.
Oh.
Yeah. So, technically, all I would be able to do is move them.
Okay, yeah. Move them where you want it. You would move them? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, movements...
I forgot that this was an uncontested phase for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So while I'm moving them in here, you can move those guys to where they wanted to be.
So it could be 3 AP to move and then 1 to set up again, right?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. All right. So we'll probably move like that.
Yeah, and that's the benefit with this scenario is you don't have to set up your LMG, which is gross. Because it's already set up. All right, so we're gonna look at the rules for close combat. We haven't done that before, and we'll come back. But basically, what happened is those riflemen, because they were pinned, surrender, and then we'll fight this out. All right, so looking at the play sheets that you can get online I got them on their Facebook page. I think it's on the Dish Dash main page too, play sheet. So what's going to happen here is we're doing a building assault. So 1 room, 1 grenade. So on a 13 up, that 1 guy left in there is combat effective. And then otherwise all elements in the room are going to be suppressed and -6 to all skills. 18. So they throw a grenade in that room and I guess kill that NCO. So there's a weird rules interaction to where your guys were pinned. So if I got within 4 inches of you in line of sight of you, they were going to surrender. But also I'm doing a building assault. So I don't know how you want to do that.
I mean...
There was, 3 guys? I mean, we can...
between the grenade and everything else, I think we were just playing out.
That building is under America. Yeah, okay, you can see that. Okay. Because otherwise then we would go into assault modifiers. Yeah, and then you would take a -6 to your melee because you took a suppression marker, you're hesitant for another -8. Yeah, they would be...
I lost my rifleman. Rifleman and
your NCO. Yep. And I'm in that building. So that's the end of turn 4. And I think we'll come back with turn 5, right? I mean, at this point...
might as well just try it.
Yeah, the game kind of completely flipped there. Between all that fire that I put in there and the Americans finally rushing and taking the building. All right, we'll come back to turn 5. All right, ready? And heavy weapon squad. And what do you know? Heavy weapon squad for you too.
That's all I can do.
All right, let's roll this off. Ooh, a 1 to a 20. There we go. It's the full spectrum of the human experience. here in turn 5. Let's see what that heavy weapon squad is going to do.
I mean, they're going to try to pump into that one window that they got an angle on. That's all they can do. So yeah. They had a spot first, right?
Yep, still got to try to spot them. So they moved and they set up facing this way?
Yeah.
Facing this way. Okay.
So let's get 1.
So there's no... not to be tic-tacky, but there's no window on this side.
Oh, there's not. So they would have to move further, like.
Yeah, they have to move further up to the wall to be able to get in there.
Try to get more accuracy there. So that way we're kind of going that way then.
Okay. The only effect on that, I guess, would be just you'd be back down to normal people action points, right? Because you have to move an action point to move you guys over.
Yep. So I know I get 4, so then to 3.
Yep.
Right. So now another one to spot.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do any of the modifiers in my head. -6.
So that's good.
So you're at a 10. So you're good. Yeah. So you spot them.
All right. So now, yeah, just to shoot, boost, right? No, because I moved, spotted. I have 2 left over, right?
Oh yeah. Also -4 for you moving while trying to spot. So you would have missed on that. You're looking for a 10 and then you needed 6s.
So I'll spot again.
Yep. Looking for 6s, or actually a 10 now because you get a +4.
So now that's
so I spot. But they're drained of AP at this point.
So that was 3 AP that I spent.
And then you moved.
So I moved, spot, failed spot.
And then you have to set up the LMG. Yeah, you have to set up.
Right.
But they can see them, so the clock is ticking on the Americans in that building. All right, heavy weapons. I don't even think you might be able to draw a line here. No, I don't think so. I think I have to move him. I got my gyro stabilizer, taking control of my camera, taking the wheel. All right, so he has to make a morale test at -4. 20. That is definitely not -4. So he pinned out.
Oh, wow.
So this dude just pinned, and he will stay here in Dirtle. All right, we'll come back with the next activation. Next activation, we'll try the scouts for the Americans.
Junior NCO.
Novice and average. All right, so the scout's going to go first. Oh, before I even begin the move, I probably should do the morale test. He's at a permanent -2 and a 20. Just should be playing D&D right now with these 20s. All right, so he's a 12. He's in cover for a 14. Failed by 6, so he can crawl. And he's going to be -2 to all his skills. Yeah. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do with my life. When you're done with that gauge, let me crawl my my scout over here. So 3, 6, 9. He probably won't be relevant again this game. All right. And then that's all your activations?
So he's moving 1 and then moving again to get line of sight. He's going to attempt to spot the remaining.
Or he can join them.
Or he can join them.
He can join their team, but he would then be part of that team. No, I think the way you're playing it's the best way.
Yeah. So it's a spot.
Because they're not really worried about the morale test or anything. They're just worried about putting rounds in the building.
So I move, so I'm going to get another penalty to this, right? Gets,
he nails it.
So they've all spotted.
Yep. All right, and then we'll play Rush with the Rifleman. Good thing I built that deck and I finally got those Rush cards. All right, so with their first movement, they're going to get an extra D6 to their move, an extra 3. So it's going to be 9 inches. So it's going to be 3 inches down and 6 inches out. I was gonna say, man, it's really terrible. So that's 1 activation. Let's go another move. So they're gonna go 9 inches on another activation. I guess we're gonna play Ring Around the Rosie. Oh boy! Don't tell Nate I hit the building. Hopefully he's not watching. And they're gonna go another 2, so it's gonna be 8. So that's gonna be enough to successfully ring route them. There's no reason to show ourselves right now, so we're just gonna hang out behind the building.
Okay.
And knowing that you have to move and set up your LMG. What we're calling the final turn here, turn 6. We're gonna go rifleman with a tactical advantage card. And waiting for the crafty Germans. All right, Germans are gonna activate their NCO. So the Americans are actually gonna go first here. So, sorry, the camera's moving to catch up with me with the gyro stuff we got going on. So 6 inches gets him there, gets him there, gets him there, gets him there. So 2 guys moved out. Yeah, I guess we might as well. So, well, I think if they move their 6 inches and they go like this, that's probably more conducive to living rather than going right in the open.
And you do not have to spot at this point, correct?
Yeah, if you're in the open, I don't have to spot. Actually, that's why I do that. So I get a clear line of sight. So if you're in the open, you don't have to spot.
Okay.
So same thing back at me, though. So that's why you never want to be cut out in the open, because there's no spot check. So 2 guys are just kind of jumping out in the street. We'll go orange dice into your NCO, other dice into not your NCO. Okay. So 1 activation to go out there, another activation to shoot, and we're going to pump this one up. So we're at 12, so that's going to bring us to a 16. Yeah, so there's -4 for me moving and shooting. So +4, -4 puts me back at 12s. Orange is your NCO. All right, so both hit. We'll do the initial shots first before we do the bar craziness. So the NCO gets killed, and these guys get hesitant. Okay. And then so they're a team, so I don't attack all of them at once. So it wouldn't be like if they were a 4-man squad, each guy would get hit within a 1-inch radius. But that 1 NCO shot that was target the NCO will then target them because he's in that 1-inch bubble for the semi-automatic weapon. So 18. So 1 guy from your team is going to die. So they'll take -2 to their skills and then -2 for being a man down on their team. Okay. And then once they go down 1 more guy, they're below 50%, then the team's taken off the table with that last guy. Okay. But otherwise, they're operating the way they are. All right, and then so that was your NCO.
That was my team, so he's dead.
Yeah. So we'll go next activation.
So it's just
so doctrine card just to pump them up. All right. Let's activate them. They get a -2,
-2,
and then they took a -4 because they took a or what was the lowest roll? Hesitant.
Yeah.
Is a -3 modifier. Okay, so they made -5 total. Because when they got shot, they didn't get a kill. They just got the hesitant.
So I am looking.
You're a 12.
7.
So a 7.
Got it on a 3.
Got it on a 3. All right.
Okay. So they have 4 AP, right?
Yep.
So they can move 90 degrees, right? Like so they could go like that for 1, and then set up again for another. So leave them with 2 to fire, right?
And then you just fire at the 1 because the way I set them up, you have a 3-inch by 2-inch weapon. So I was kind of hoping to pin you out.
Okay.
So even though you have one action point left, you're still going to affect both guys.
Okay.
All right. So try to shoot him. Your shoot's a 14, and I'm in the open, so you're looking for a 14.
But I have -2 to my skills.
Oh yeah, -2 for the 12, skills.
Right.
So 12. So hits the 1 guy, and then roll 3 dice against him.
12, 2, and 20.
Oh, okay, he's killed. All right, and then try to hit the other guy.
Okay.
And this is on a 12. Nope. So the 1 guy dies. So they're going to take a permanent -4. They'll take a suppression token for being shot at with a suppressive weapon. But I think at this point, I would have my heavy weapons team left. can't do anything because he's pinned, and the next turn he'll have to take a morale test. But that's going to be it. Turn 6.
Yep.
So definitely this whole activation here with the Americans coming out of the building with that doctrine card to rush the building, to jump from one building to another.
Yep.
Definitely, I mean, there was no shot at my point, and then it was...
Well, and you have to consider, like...
and then all the fire I put in the
fire
building, too.
there. That's really what did it.
Yeah. But yeah, so like we were kind of like talking smack on the scenario a little bit. I still agree. I don't know necessarily it should be even points. This was an even 825 points. Just attacker, defender, they're dug in. They got the better position. They're not taking any to move spot penalties. So maybe, I don't know, like 1,200 to 800.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as familiar with like how the differentials there, but I just feel like, you got a good swing there when you were able to pin down the rifleman team, but had things kind of gone the way they were going up until that point, it's just like the attacker has a really tough time trying to get in, dug in German force.
Or even if that doctrine card doesn't happen with rush, I got a 6, 12, I got an extra 15 inches on my move to get in the building. That's just not going to happen. Even if they're pinned out, they're just hanging out in the building in hard cover.
Yeah.
But definitely a fun scenario. We're definitely talking about how this would change if you kind of did it, set up on one end, set up another end, and do like a meeting engagement. I don't know. This is your first time playing Ultracombat, Pete. What do you think?
I think it's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of anything that has a sort of a card-based element to it, especially like the activation is good because the morale system has an element of like, almost rock, paper, scissors in a way. Like who's going to go first? You can boost it with your doctrine cards. So I enjoy it quite a bit. I like the deck building sort of house rule that we've kind of adapted here. I think being able to sort of build a doctrine deck for the type of force that you're bringing makes the game a little bit more consistent for how you play, and a little bit more fun to get your forces going.
Yeah, I could definitely see the doctrine cards being a way to use the baseline stats that are available between the two sets and kind of adding like national characteristics. If you want to do something like early war, if you want to do Pacific War, just having doctrine cards that give that kind of flavor. Because I think at one point I was going to take seasoned troops, and I told Pete, really doesn't make sense for Normandy for any of my dudes really to have that card. I mean, I guess I can have 1 or 2 NCOs from the Army in North Africa, but that didn't really seem like fluffy to do that. So I didn't take that. I just took more aggressive doctrine cards and avoided ones like defense, and actually worked to my advantage in the end here. All right, so we hope you enjoy this battle report. Second battle report in the new gimbal. It was doing some weird things on me, so let me know how you like it compared to the old way I was doing it, where I was just taking the camera and holding it real close to my chest. I still feel like there's less bounce on this one, so I'm happy about that. And we'll be back with definitely more Ultracombat Normandy, and hopefully one day Ultracombat Modern, whenever that's released. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.